Any support? Motion has been made by trustee Myers, supported by trustee Ragland. Nominations to be closed for the position of secretary of the school district of Ypsilanti. All those in support of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Mr. Myers' name has been properly placed in nomination for the position of secretary of the school board of Ypsilanti. All those, is a roll call vote. Thanks. Trustee Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Trustee Bates. Aye. Trustee Garrett.
Aye.
Trustee Hawkins.
Aye.
Trustee Myers.
Aye.
Trustee Ragland.
Aye.
Trustee Scheller. I vote yes.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. The board thanks Mr. Myers for offering up his services and thanks the board for your support of him for that position. That takes us now to the agenda item 6. As I was explaining to a couple of board members on the phone, the Washington Association of School Boards meets, I think, monthly, is that correct? And it is an organization made up of representatives from the school boards from across the county, including the ISD board, as well as the superintendents. And they work together to try and help formulate a vision of how we can support and encourage public education in our county. Mr. Garrett, do you want to add anything, Mr. Myers, anything to that description? Okay. We typically elect two representatives, right? Okay. To do that, we meet approximately monthly. I think in the morning. Are there trustees who would be willing to take on?
Okay, so the structure has changed slightly from how it used to happen.
Okay.
So the WASB rep, that's the board of directors rep, and they only meet occasionally. They don't meet regularly monthly. The Washington Alliance for Education typically has the WASB member as well as your specific WAE rep. They do meet regularly. It's been determined for the balance of this year, they'll meet every other third Tuesday for the full group, and then they have subcommittees that are being formed. So the board of directors itself has only had a handful of meetings, 2 or 3 this year. They have been members then of the Washington Alliance for Education, where there are 2 reps, your WASB rep and your WAE rep, and they meet every other month on a regular basis, plus subcommittee.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Menzel. Appreciate it. So with that in mind, are there board members that would be willing to represent our board to the Washington Association of School Boards meeting occasionally? You can think about it for a minute and then put your hand up.
I'd be willing.
Thank you, Ms. Hawkins. Appreciate it. Celeste Hawkins has graciously offered to represent us. And am I correct, Mr. Menzel, we need 2?
You could go with 1. There is one other district that's done that, but having 2 does a couple of things for you. In addition to having, a full complement at the table when the conversations are taking place, if one of your members is unable to attend, you don't lose your complete voice at the table because hopefully the other person's able to be there.
It's 1 WASB and 1 WAE.
Yeah, for clarity. You'd be designating one as the WASB because that's a voting member on the board of directors.
Okay.
The WAE is the second person. The WASB member attends WAE as well. Then you have an independent WAE member.
Okay, so we'll be appointing 1 each to those 2 positions for a total of 2 people. All right. So with that then, thank you very much, Trustee Hawkins. I would accept a motion that Celeste Hawkins represent the Willow Run Board of Education at the Washington Association of School Boards for the remainder of the 2012-2013 school year. We need a motion first. You want to make the motion?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I move that the Willow Run Board of Education elect Celeste Hawkins to represent the Willow Run Board of Education at the Washington Association of School Boards for the remainder of the 2012-2013 school year.
It's been properly moved by trustee Garrett. Is there support? It's been supported by trustee Ragland. We don't need to have a roll call vote on this, do we? Thank you. All those in support of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now need to complete the same action for the Ypsilanti School District. Trustee Garrett, would you be kind enough to place Ms. Hawkins' name in nomination for that appointment?
Yes. I move that the Ypsilanti School Board of Education elect Celeste Hawkins to represent Ypsilanti Public Schools Board of Education at the Washington Association of School Boards for the remainder of the 2012-2013 school year.
Is there support for that motion? Motion has been properly made by trustee Garrett and supported by trustee Ragland. Vice President Garrett, supported by trustee Ragland, as read by trustee Garrett. All those in support of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. That motion carries. All right, that takes us to the appointment of a representative to the Washington Alliance for Education. Again, one representative working in concert with trustee Hawkins to represent us to that organization. So there's somebody who'd be willing to have their name placed in nomination as an appointment for that.
Could you explain again the difference organization?
I would be happy to, and I'm actually, if he'd be willing to indulge us, going to defer to Mr. Menzel.
So, in the past, the WASB had what was known as the Legislative Relations Network. That would have been the position boards were normally appointed. During the course of the last school year, under the leadership of the president of WASB, Larry Kobler, we've morphed the LRN into the Washington Alliance for Education. Part of what they hoped to accomplish was to move from a school board only group to a group that included school board members and superintendents, so kind of a combination of the School Board Legislative Relation Network and the Washington Superintendents Association. So the WAE typically has 2 school board members and 1 superintendent per district to advocate for appropriate public policy related to education that oftentimes is focused on funding, but not just funding. There are all sorts of pieces of legislation that impact our local districts that we believe we need to have a voice in Lansing on, and so that's one of the roles of WAE. The other is to think collectively in the county about the future of public education and to talk about other things that we can be doing in concert to advance public education for all kids in the county. So those are the 2 primary roles of the WAE, and that's the kind of conversation that we have on those evening meetings. And the 2 subcommittees that have been established, one is focusing on legislation, the other on visioning for the future of education in the county.
Thank you very much, Mr. Menzel. With that, everybody willing to have their name be the appointee? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Is there somebody who would be willing to make a motion that Ms. Scheller Edwards, trustee Scheller Edwards, be appointed as the Washington Alliance for Education representative? Thank you very much. Is there support for that motion?
Support.
It's been properly moved by trustee Ragland, supported by trustee Hawkins, that Willow Run Board of Education appoint trustee Scheller Edwards as Washington Alliance for Education representative for the remainder of the 2012-2013